Hello people of the internet, it's Amanda and I'm back at it again with another Japanese movie review. This time it's about something that I have anticipated ever since I saw the trailer last year. And needless to say that just the cast and the lineup of it is enough to make someone really excited because I have seen these actors in different projects that I like personally. And so seeing them together in one film is really exciting for me. That is until I got to see the full film. I'm talking about Anoko no Toriko, which stars Yoshizawa Ryo, Araki Yuko, and Sugino Yosuke. Now, these actors I've seen in different projects. So for Yuko, I've seen her in Todome no Kiss, and for Yosuke, I have seen him in I think Kiseki, and then another project that I forgot. But then for Ryo specifically, I like his acting more so than his pretty face because he's really an attractive actor. But then at the same time, what's admirable about him is his acting is really superb. He does really well psychopaths for some reason. I loved him in River's Edge and Tomodachi Game, and as well as like other dramatic projects like, let's say, Les Miserables. Some of his shoujo films are not that interesting to me. Like, I did a review of Marmalade Boy just recently, and so I feel like he shines more when it comes to very serious roles. And so seeing him in another shoujo film is interesting to me because I really want to see this one work out. That being said, there are gonna be spoilers in this particular review, and so please click off if you haven't seen it yet. But if you just want to know my thoughts on it, if it's worth watching and stuff like that, then please stay on. Now, before we start, I just want to put it out there. I know that this is a shoujo plot, a shoujo manga, and I didn't really have that high expectations or like for it to have like a very complex plot or anything like that. I was just in it for a good time. However, because of the reasons that I will mention throughout this video, you might see why even as a shoujo film, it's not one of my favorites. So let's start with the first one. I was offended by the fact that just because they put on glasses on Ryo, they think that I would be convinced that he's playing an unattractive, awkward character that nobody noticed. Like, who are we kidding? It's a tiring trend as to how like Megane characters tend to be awkward or tend to be this and that, but to deny that he is an attractive human being is such a... I mean, forgiving that. And I'm not just saying this because I am a glasses wearer, it's just an injustice on his part and for our part as the audience. It's not one of the things that I didn't like about the film. It's actually kind of refreshing because obviously in films like this, there has to be suspension of belief. Like, sure, put some glasses on him and let's think that he's unattractive because of it. Fine, I'm gonna give you that movie. But then, the first scenes of the movie just confused me in a way. Sure, they gave us the narrative as to how the story is about three childhood friends. Two of them already succeeded in becoming the celebrities that they dreamed of. And then there's the character of Yoshizawa Ryo, Yori, who gave up on that dream, his awkwardness, and how he just can't seem to land a role back when they were younger. It just doesn't fit his personality. And so here we are. Now, fast forward into now they're teenagers. He goes to Tokyo to see how the love of his life, his childhood love, is now like. Because let's separate it into the roles. So Ryo is called Yori, Yuko is Shizuku, and then last one, Yosuke is Subaru. So three of them okay, given. First couple of scenes here, Yori and Shizuku already sees each other, and so the plot just gets going. And then in a twist and turn of events, Yori is hired as Shizuku's assistant. Now, I get how we have to get on with everything. It's just that the movie at its first parts isn't giving me enough room to feel anything for these characters. Like, why do I have to care about them? Why do I have to care about their dreams? It seems very one-sided or one-dimensional to me in the beginning, and I was really hoping that as we go along, it will give me room to be involved more with the dreams of these characters. But to me, what it seems like is that Yori's dream of becoming a celebrity is just really because of the fact that he's in love with Shizuku and he sees Subaru as some sort of like a rival of some sorts, and it just didn't feel right to me at all. It's like they are living as these characters serving for just this specific purpose and then nothing else. And again, as a shoujo story, I was willing to forgive it, honestly. Until the movie further progressed into this whirlwind of Yori just volunteering, then eventually modeling just to get Shizuku in the right place, and then this director who plays some sort of like a fairy godmother role just gets them together to play these roles across each other because for some reason Subaru's character is just being used as like it's not even like a second lead, it's more of like just a plot device to keep the two the main couple together into these circumstances. And what irked me the most in the films, like someone gets into an accident, someone breaks their leg or something, it just falls into the plot so conveniently just so we can have conflicts, and some of it just feels like it doesn't make any sense. And then we also get this conflict of Shizuku and Subaru finally working together. They're the newcomers in the industry. They finally reached being actors and actresses together, and then Yori on the other hand is just in here for Shizuku, but then he was given another project with another co-actress who was also put in there as another plot device for some reason. Like, I am not getting enough room and enough time to feel anything for these characters, and so the plot just goes in its own way. When it came to the final parts of the movie, it just felt so like everyone just felt so underdeveloped. And then after that, there's this whole confession of like getting married, and then Shizuku wanting Yori to become this big star, like pursue going to America to become a bigger star and go back. And it's still this thing of Yori not being his own person and just living for Shizuku, which I get it. I mean, it's young love. I get that theme. It's just that they didn't even grow as characters. It just seemed like they got what they wanted, and then that's that. And then again, we get characters like Subaru and that other actress that he played with before, who implied that she fell in love with Yori. They were just put there as just to make this story go on, I guess. I don't know. And even the director, like, it wasn't shown why or what his intentions were at like putting Yori in the spotlight or giving him opportunities. It just felt like it's a love story that was just lost in between people having one-dimensional personalities. I mean, sure, I get it. Again, as I mentioned over and over as consolation for myself, this is a shoujo story, fine, whatever, but it just didn't feel like it wants to tell the story that it wants to tell. Read through some of the reviews and the comments of people who have read the manga and actually liked it and are looking forward to watching the film as well. About fast-paced everything was, we never really got to feel anything for these characters, and it's just like watching them blah and like get it over with. How is this going to end? It's such a shame because of how attractive the casting was, how the plot should have been interesting, like this awkward person breaking out of his shell because of his love for someone. And maybe it would have been better if they added a little bit more character to Yori. Like, this is something that he really wanted to do rather than just what Shizuku wanted, and therefore he wanted it for himself as well. So there's really nothing there to feel for, and I don't know, like, it's quite a shame having such a nice cast like that and somewhat like a very fresh-ish story to play with, and it was just not executed as good. So do I recommend this one? Not really. I mean, if you're in it for the eye candies, then sure, fine, whatever, but don't expect to like feel something, or even, I don't know, like, it didn't even make my heart flutter. So yeah, I feel like if you're just going on for it because you like the actors in it, then go ahead. But if you're looking for a watch that you would genuinely enjoy, to me, this wouldn't be it. And I much rather like look to other shoujo type movies than to stick with this one. I mean, it made it Marmalade Boy, even if I didn't like that delivered a different type of like roller coaster of emotions for me than this one. So yeah, now that's it for today's video. Tell me down in the comments below, what are other shoujo type movies that you like, or your thoughts for this particular movie as well. Tell me all of that, comments. You know the drill. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel and you would want to hear more from me, please hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you again soon in a new video.